All right, so today we're going to dive into something you might not think about every day,
Okay.
notebook trends.
Oh,
But I bet you'll find it fascinating.
interesting.
I know you like to stay ahead of the curve, and this is one area where
Yeah.
even small changes can tell us a lot about the bigger picture.
I agree with that.
So to guide our deep dive, we've got this great article by Leo Shia,
Right.
CEO of a custom notebook company. So talk about an insider perspective.
Yes, definitely.
He outlines 5 big trends.
Yeah.
And honestly, some of them surprised me.
I'm all ears.
Well, the one that jumped out at me was sustainability.
Okay.
Apparently, 73% of consumers globally would change their buying habits to be more eco-friendly.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah.
But what does that actually look like in the notebook world?
Well, it's gone way beyond just recycled paper,
Right.
though that's still important.
Yeah.
We're talking about the entire supply chain.
Uh-huh.
Consumers are getting savvy about things like
Like what?
Forest Stewardship Council certifications,
Okay.
which ensure responsible forestry practices.
Right.
And they're looking for notebooks made with alternative materials, like bamboo or even recycled leather.
So it's not enough for a company to just slap an eco-friendly label on something anymore. People are doing their research.
Absolutely. They want to see transparency and tangible proof that a company is walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so sustainability is big, but the next trend is all about personalization.
Okay.
The article says 50% of consumers in 2023 were interested in personalized products.
Oh,
And that number is only growing. I have to admit, I love a good monogram myself.
it goes deeper than just aesthetics, though.
Yeah.
Think about it. A planner that's pre-formatted based on your specific goals,
Okay.
with sections for your big projects, your daily to-dos, and even space to track your habits.
Yeah.
That's personalization working for you,
Yeah.
not just making something look pretty.
Okay, that's next level organization. And it ties into something else the article mentions,
What's that?
which is the rise of smart notebooks.
Oh, wow.
Now, this is where things get really interesting for me.
Oh,
The idea of bridging the gap between analog and digital
right.
pen and paper meeting tech,
Yeah.
it's kind of mind-blowing.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's not just a gimmick.
Right.
These notebooks use special pens and paper that allow you to digitize your handwritten notes,
Okay.
often with an accompanying app.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine taking handwritten notes in a meeting and then being able to instantly share them with your team digitally.
Or a student who can write notes by hand, but then organize and search them on their laptop later.
Right.
It's the best of both worlds.
Exactly. And the technology is getting more sophisticated all the time.
Really?
Some smart notebooks even allow you to record audio synced to your notes.
Wow.
This means you can go back and listen to the context of what you wrote, which is incredibly helpful for students or anyone taking notes in lectures or meetings.
Wow, I need to get my hands on one of these.
Yeah?
The article mentioned a report from Technavio predicting huge growth in this market.
That's right.
So it sounds like this is more than just a passing fad.
Absolutely. Smart notebooks offer a unique solution for people who want to stay organized and productive in our increasingly digital world, but who still value the tactile experience and proven benefits of handwriting.
Okay, so we've got eco-conscious notebooks, personalized notebooks, and high-tech smart notebooks.
Yeah?
What else is trending in this world?
Well, it seems like the simple, single-purpose notebooks of the past are evolving into something much more versatile.
Okay.
Multifunctionality is a major trend.
Okay.
Remember those old notebooks that were just lined pages and that was it?
Oh, yeah, those were the days.
Right.
But things have definitely changed.
Now it's all about planners with built-in to-do lists,
Okay.
notebooks that double as journals,
Mm-hmm.
notebooks with pockets for receipts and business cards.
Yeah.
It's like the Swiss Army knife of stationery.
I love that analogy. It makes sense, though.
Oh,
We're all so busy. We
No.
need tools that can keep up with us.
Exactly. And in a world of constant information overload and never-ending to-do lists, these multifunctional notebooks offer a way to stay organized and on top of things all in one place.
Yeah.
It's about streamlining and simplifying our lives.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
All right. Ready for the last trend.
I am. What is it?
This one is all about aesthetics.
Okay.
Apparently, 35% of consumers,
Wow.
especially younger generations,
Yeah.
say design is a key factor when choosing a notebook.
That's interesting.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah.
And it seems to signal a shift away from the minimalist aesthetic that was so popular a few years ago.
Right.
Now it's all about embracing bold colors,
Hmm.
intricate illustrations,
Yeah.
and even custom artwork.
Wow.
Notebooks have become mini canvases for self-expression.
That's cool.
So it's not just about practicality anymore. It's
Right.
about making a statement.
Exactly. And that aligns perfectly with the values of Gen Z and millennials,
Mm.
who are known for their strong sense of personal style and their desire to stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
For them, a notebook is more than just a tool.
Right.
It's a reflection of their identity.
Mm-hmm.
They want something that speaks to their individuality and sparks their creativity.
I'm starting to feel like my old plain notebook is letting me down.
Yeah.
But before I run out and buy a whole new set,
Sure.
let's unpack these 5 trends a bit further and see what they tell us about larger shifts in consumer behavior.
Okay.
I'm particularly curious about how these trends might be impacting other industries as well.
Yeah, me too.
What do you think?
I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
These notebook trends are like a window into the evolving desires and values of consumers. And those desires are shaping far more than just the stationery aisle.
Okay, I'm ready to go deeper.
Right.
Where should we start?
Well, let's rewind for a second and consider the sustainability trend.
Okay.
It's clearly not limited to notebooks.
Hmm.
We're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
From the rise of ethical fashion to the growing demand for plant-based foods.
That's true.
Like, consumers are making a conscious effort to align their purchases with their values.
Yeah,
And they're willing to put their money where their mouth is.
I'm seeing that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so if sustainability is going mainstream,
Mm-hmm.
what about personalization?
Okay.
How is that playing out beyond the realm of notebooks?
Well, think about the algorithms that curate our social media feeds
Right.
or the personalized recommendations we get on shopping websites.
Yeah.
Companies are using data to tailor experiences to individual preferences in increasingly sophisticated ways.
Okay.
It's no longer just about slapping your name on a product.
Right.
It's about creating products and services that are truly customized to individual needs and desires.
That's a great point. It's
Yeah.
like personalization is becoming less about novelty and more about functionality and creating a truly customized experience.
Exactly. And this trend is only going to accelerate as technology advances.
So you think it's going to keep going?
Yeah, we can expect to see even more personalized experiences in areas like healthcare,
Okay.
education,
Mm-hmm.
and entertainment.
So it seems like personalization is here to stay,
Definitely.
and it's only going to get more sophisticated.
It is.
Okay, let's switch gears for a minute and talk about those smart notebooks. That technology seems like it has the potential to be really disruptive.
Yeah.
Do you see it spilling over into other areas?
Absolutely. Like, where?
We're seeing a convergence of the physical and digital worlds in many areas.
Okay.
For example,
Yeah.
think about augmented reality applications that overlay digital information onto our physical surroundings.
Or wearable technology that tracks our health data and provides personalized insights.
Right.
It's like the line between the real and digital is blurring.
It is indeed, and this blurring of boundaries presents both exciting opportunities and potential challenges.
Yeah, like what? It raises questions about data privacy,
Right.
the ethics of artificial intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
and the potential impact on human connection and interaction.
Those are some big questions.
Yeah, they are.
But for now, let's stick with the positive and focus on the potential.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to multifunctionality.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how notebooks are evolving to become more than just a place to jot down notes.
Right.
But how does this trend manifest in other areas?
The demand for multifunctionality is driving innovation across various industries.
Like what?
Take smartphones, for instance.
Okay.
They become our all-in-one communication,
Mhm.
entertainment,
Mhm.
and productivity hubs.
Yeah.
We expect our devices to do more, and manufacturers are responding with increasingly sophisticated and versatile products.
It's not just about cramming more features into a single device, though.
Right.
It's about creating products that seamlessly integrate into our lives
Yeah.
and adapt to our evolving needs.
You're absolutely right. It's about creating a holistic experience
Mm-hmm.
that simplifies and enhances our lives.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least,
Great.
let's talk about design.
All right.
We talked about how notebooks are becoming more visually expressive,
Mhm.
but how is this trend playing out in other areas?
Or just look at the explosion of creativity in fashion,
Okay.
interior design,
Mm-hmm.
and even food presentation.
That's true.
People are embracing bold colors,
Yeah.
patterns, and unconventional aesthetics.
It's like everything has become an art form in a way. Yeah. Even the most mundane objects are being imbued with a sense of style and self-expression.
Exactly. And this shift has profound implications for businesses.
How so?
It's no longer enough to simply create functional products.
Right.
Companies need to consider the emotional and aesthetic needs of their customers.
Okay.
They need to tell a story,
Hmm.
create an experience,
Yeah.
and offer products that resonate on a deeper level.
So what we're seeing with these notebook trends is actually a microcosm of much larger cultural and economic shifts.
Yeah, I agree.
It's fascinating to see how something as simple as a notebook can provide such valuable insights into the evolving needs and desires of modern consumers.
It really underscores the importance of staying curious, observing the world around us, and being open to unexpected sources of inspiration.
Yeah.
Trends, even in seemingly niche markets, can be powerful indicators of broader societal shifts.
It's like we've unlocked a secret code.
Right.
But before we get too carried away with our newfound decoding skills,
Sure.
I think it's time to shift gears and consider the bigger picture.
I agree. Let's explore how these trends might shape the future, not just of products, but of how we work,
Okay.
live, and connect with the world around us.
Okay.
So-
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So we've established these notebook trends aren't just about stationery. They're a reflection of bigger changes. But what's really intriguing is thinking about where this all leads.
That's what I'm curious about. We've talked about how consumers are demanding sustainability, but will it go beyond individual choices?
It's already happening. Look at the rise of B corporations.
Oh, yeah.
Companies legally required to consider their impact on society and the environment.
Interesting.
This isn't just marketing anymore, it's baked into their business model.
So you're saying this expectation of ethical practices,
Yeah.
it could become the norm, not the exception.
It's certainly gaining momentum, and it makes sense. The younger generations entering the workforce, they're not just looking for a paycheck. They want to work for companies that align with their values.
Okay, that's a powerful shift. What about personalization? We talked about it getting more sophisticated, but how sophisticated can it get?
Imagine a world where your notebook isn't just pre-formatted. It learns from how you work. It notices the types of notes you take most often, the projects you prioritize, and it adapts its layout prompts, even its digital integration to fit your unique workflow.
Whoa, that's almost like having a personal assistant built into your notebook.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that require a ton of data about us?
It would. And that's where the ethical considerations come in. As personalization gets more powerful, we have to be mindful of data privacy security and ensuring that this technology serves us, not the other way around.
That's a crucial point. It seems like with every exciting innovation, there's a shadow side we need to be aware of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's our responsibility to be informed consumers and citizens demanding transparency and ethical practices from the companies developing these technologies.
Speaking of technology, let's loop back to those smart notebooks. You mentioned the convergence of physical and digital, but what does that look like in practice?
Imagine a lecture hall. Students are taking notes in their smart notebooks. Their handwriting instantly converted to text and shared in a collaborative cloud document. The professor can see in real time what concepts students are struggling with and adjust their teaching accordingly.
Wow, that's amazing. It's like breaking down the barriers between learning and technology, making knowledge more accessible and engaging.
Exactly. And it extends beyond education. Think about architects sketching designs that instantly become 3D models, or doctors annotating medical images that are instantly shared with colleagues across the globe. The possibilities are really endless.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. So we've got eco-conscious companies, hyper-personalized experiences, and technology seamlessly integrated into our lives. Is there anything else we need to add to this future vision?
Well, don't forget about multifunctionality. As our lives get busier and more complex, we crave simplicity and efficiency. This means products that do more, adapt to our needs, and help us streamline our daily routines.
So it's not just about having a notebook that can do it all. It's about having tools and systems that work together seamlessly.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where your smart notebook syncs with your calendar, your to-do list, your project management software, everything working in harmony to help you stay organized and productive.
That would be a dream. And where does the trend of bold, expressive design fit into all of this?
It adds a layer of personalization and meaning. In a world of mass-produced cookie-cutter products, we crave things that reflect our individuality and spark joy. This means not just functional objects, but things that are beautiful, unique, and tell a story.
So we're talking about a future where even our everyday tools are not just functional, but aesthetically pleasing and even emotionally resonant.
Exactly. And that shift has implications far beyond just the design of physical products. It extends to the digital realm as well. We're seeing this in the rise of personalized digital interfaces, curated online experiences, and even the aesthetics of the metaverse.
It's like beauty and self-expression are becoming integral parts of our digital lives as well. It's fascinating to see how these trends, which we initially observed in the seemingly humble world of notebooks, are rippling outward and shaping the very fabric of our future.
It really highlights the interconnectedness of everything.
Yeah.
Trends don't exist in isolation. They're part of a larger web of cultural, economic, and technological forces that are constantly shaping and reshaping our world.
And by paying attention to these trends, by understanding the underlying forces at play, we can gain valuable insights into where we're headed as a society.
We can anticipate future challenges and opportunities, make informed choices as consumers and citizens, and even contribute to shaping a future that is more sustainable, equitable, and fulfilling for everyone.
That's a powerful thought. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, I think it's time to bring it back to the present and consider how these trends can be applied in a practical way.
I agree. Let's explore what individuals and businesses can learn from these notebook trends and how they can apply these insights to stay ahead of the curve and create a future that aligns with their values.
Okay, so we've explored these notebook trends, we've talked about the bigger picture, but now I'm wondering, what does this all mean for me? How can I actually apply these insights in my own life or work?
That's the key question, right? It's one thing to observe trends, but it's another to actually leverage them. Let's start with sustainability. It can feel overwhelming, but even small changes can make a difference.
Like what? Give me an example.
Think about the next time you buy a notebook, or any product really. Do a little research. Look for certifications like the Forest Stewardship Council or B Corp status. Choose companies that are transparent about their supply chain and their commitment to ethical practices.
So it's about being a conscious consumer. Voting with my wallet, I can do that. What about personalization? How can I make that trend work for me beyond just getting my initials monogrammed on something?
Look for products and services that offer customization options. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need, and pay attention to how technology can be used to personalize your experiences in a way that enhances your productivity and well-being.
So don't just settle for the default settings. Experiment, explore, and see what works best for you. Okay, that makes sense. What about smart notebooks? They seem cool, but are they really worth the investment?
That depends on your needs and how you work. If you're someone who takes a lot of handwritten notes, especially in meetings or lectures, and you want a way to seamlessly digitize and organize them, then a smart notebook might be a game changer.
So it's about finding the tools that fit your workflow, not just jumping on the latest tech trend. All right, what about multifunctionality? I love the idea of having one tool that can do it all, but how do I avoid getting overwhelmed?
Think about what tasks or activities you do most often, and look for products that can streamline those processes.
Yeah.
Don't try to do everything at once. Start small, experiment, and find what works best for you.
Okay, so prioritize and streamline.
Got it.
And lastly, design. We talked about self-expression, but how can I bring more of that into my own life even if I'm not a designer?
Surround yourself with things that you find beautiful and inspiring. This could be anything from a colorful notebook to a piece of art to a thoughtfully designed workspace.
Hmm.
Pay attention to the details, the colors, the textures, and how they make you feel.
It's like bringing a little bit of joy and beauty into the everyday, right?
Exactly. And remember, trends are just starting points. The real magic happens when you take these insights and apply them in a way that is uniquely your own.
So it's not about blindly following trends. It's about using them as inspiration to create a life and work that reflects your own values, needs, and aspirations.
Precisely. And remember, the world is constantly changing, so stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop learning.
That's great advice. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive. It's been eye-opening.
It's been my pleasure.
Yeah.
Always happy to explore new ideas and share what I've learned.
And to all our listeners, we hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought. Keep those notebooks handy, stay curious, and keep exploring the world around you.
Until next time.